What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's doing fine. I know I am, and so yeah. Last time I did a review on what were my favorite, Halloween specials or scary episodes from Nickelodeon, so how about we pop up to Cartoon Network, shall we? Cartoon Network. You would never be forgotten. You was favorite cartoon series, some from the Hanna-Barbera library, and ones from my generation. Most are from like the early 2000s, the 2010s. All these from there. That's it. But yeah. But today we're doing the same thing. We're talking about what are my favorite Halloween episodes or scary episodes here on Cartoon Network. Mostly it'd be Halloween special because not just cartoons, but also certain anthology series that managed to reappear back around the early 2000s. Before we begin, did you subscribe? Did you hit the bell? If so, ready to relive your childhood? It's the 2000s. It's October. Halloween is full swing. Candy's such a delicious treat. And real terror lurks every nuking cranium. But yeah, let's go. Cartoon Network. You will never be missed. But yeah, for me, I think Cartoon Network back in the early 2000s for me was pretty cool. I remember Fridays. Who remembers Fridays? I remember each new Halloween episode on Fridays. Like, there's one of Hamtaro. Who remembers Hamtaro? That anime about the hamster trio, the hamster group. I recall they did a Halloween episode, but I don't know. I remember vivid of it. But I know a couple of episodes, Halloween special that came out around the same year. I think it was before No, I was in West Virginia and then moved to Florida, so yeah. I think most of my memories are mostly from VHS tapes. Mostly old ones, but yeah. After I moved from Florida, I remember some of the older ones, like, who knows Codename Kids Next Door, right? You got a bunch of good episodes, mostly focusing on the scary or supernatural. You got the Halloween special where number 4 was trying to win a bet. It was actually called Operation Tricky. That came out in 2004. Yeah, I remember that. I think it was their season 1 or season 2. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was season. I can't remember, but it was a pretty good episode because number 4. There's one trick or treat, while the others. I just like the parody of number 1 dressed as the Borg. Correction, Locutus of Borg from Star Trek. And I like to see people do reactions of the old Codename Kids Next Door F series, and they don't catch on the old meme. But yeah, there are other episodes from Codename Kids Next Door. Not just that, including reruns. Just like whenever I said, there was also Operation Licorice, which came out a year later in 2006, which just features Abigail's enemy, Hans whatever, after eating a licorice seed, which of course brings back the Licorice Pirates. Like, they're kind of like a parody of Curses of Black Pearl, like in the movie where they take the cursed Aztec chest full of the Aztec coins, and they take one of the coins, they are cursed of the undead. They live forever, but it's the undead. Here it's the same, but instead of rotten corpse, they're black licorice skeletons. Yeah. There were others like Spankenstein. Oh, you remember that one? This is the Frankenstein of K&D. Where it's like a sequel to the other one where you recall when number 2's mom invites number 3's family over for dinner, because her boss is number 3's mom. And of course, there was a kind of like a murder mystery about who stabbed the back of the posh party Rainbow Monkey. And it turned out to be Mushy, number 3's younger sister, because she doesn't want to share. Of course, she gets the ultimate grounding. And we get back to this. Sorry. Where Count Spankula is about to punish her for doing that, but fortunately it was a trap, and she captures him and takes his spanking power and transfers it to the reanimated corpse of the posh potty rubber monkey as it looks like a freaking Frankenstein monster, aka plushie, who literally just after revenge, she just wants revenge on number two. It got backfire when number two tries to stop her when she throws crayons at him, sharpened ones, where he finds Count Spankula in the closet until he sees him holding the rainbow monkey, which he sucks the power from the monkey back to him, which of course gives the ultimate hand justice to Mushi, aka Spanking Town. And yeah, and there were others before that, like Operation Lockdown from 2004, where another Spankula episode, so to speak, where it's like a mega mystery about they're all locked down, no one's unconscious, and there's an intruder, which they think it's Count Spankula. It turns out it's number one, who's now a happy spanking vampire, who just infects everybody, including number 4, number 3, and number 2, except number 5. Which, of course, because Count Spankula is in prison, turns out he removes his glove to infect number 1 into becoming a spank-happy vampire. But of course, she pulls the Uno reverse card of him breaking the rules, which of course gets him a spanking from all of them. Oh boy. And of course, you have the more famous one, Operation Uncool, which is a lesson. Do not fucking steal from nerds. This is the reason why. They turn to zombies, especially that. The ending was pretty funny because when he said, "Wait, where'd you get that card?" Oh! Okay, if nerds turn to zombies, what the fuck turns into a werewolf? A geek? That could be. And of course we have Operation Ghost. I forgot. This has to be the very first one of the spooky episode of Conan Kids Next Door. This came out in 2003. I think this was season 1, I believe, where, they're mourning the loss of one of their hamsters, especially for number 3. Of course, number 4 hates them because they keep stealing the soda, which we see a little gag with them having a soda war with him, like shaking it, opening it, blasting the soda up to him. What returns like God damn it, sorry. Into kind of like a semi-poltergeist. Oh boy. But yeah. But we're still around the early 2000s. There's also another one that came out in 2003. Who remembers Billy and Mandy? Billy and Mandy. Everybody remembers Billy and Mandy, including the Grim Reaper. Who hasn't seen that show has no childhood. I love that show. From when it started as Grim and Evil until just when Billy and Mandy. That's it. Including their main episode. A kind of starting Halloween special. I know there's actually another one where Grim is mistaken to be the son of a mother, where a mother mistakes Grim for being Gregory, her son, while Billy mistakes Gregory for being Grim. But this one takes the cake. It's Billy and Mandy's Jacked Up Halloween, which I did this review back in 2022. And actually I did this review during Hurricane Fiona. No far intended. If you want to check out my review on Jack Up Halloween. It's on the playlist of Halloween favorites 2022. And this is my favorite because I like how Grim explains the origins of trick or treating because it was his fault for crying Jack. Kind of like he tells a story about Jack being this prankster and everybody gets sick and tired of his pranks. That they pulled the ultimate prank on him by sending a gift, a so-called gift to the Queen, which Manny says, Ennisville had a queen? Hey, who's telling the story here, girl? Of course, the queen has no sense of humor and she hates pranks. And so, of course, snake in a can, she summons the Black Knight to kill him. That's when Grimm shows up, and we see Jack with an axe on his back. Which, of course, Jack knows that his time. Of course, he tickles Grimm with a feather, grabs his scythe, and wants to continue pulling pranks for all eternity. Of course, they made a deal, but he didn't say he has to show his face ever again, so he cut his head off with the scythe. And Jack quoted, anything gets cut off with the scythe stays off forever. Oh boy. And of course, we got other ones like. Sorry. There was another episode of Billy and Mandy. I can't remember if it's from season 2, I believe, or season 3. It's an episode called Who Killed Who? Who Killed Who? This is an episode where Erwin and Billy are playing a game called Who Killed Who. When Mandy asked if she wants to play, they said no because girls can't play. Of course, I think Mandy throws the dice. I think one of them throws the dice. It goes over a fence where this house looks like it hasn't been entered in years. Where Grimm actually explains the story of the house belonging to Miss Dougal. Which, of course, a young boy actually went to get a baseball, never seen again. Yeah, a ghost. When Mandy goes in, she gets denied, of course. Mrs. Dougal actually is let's just say she has a type of competitive relationship with Grimm and beats him in everything. Boxing, fencing, I don't know what else. I think Mandy was the only one who beats her by cutting off a certain medallion off her neck. Looks like it's some type of Egyptian medallion. Well, of course, she mentions some of the characters that Grimm mentioned, including the tarantula, until she mentioned about the tarantula. And of course, the tarantula likes melons, but not people. Of course, when Mandy mentions about Billy and Erwin doesn't let her play the game because only doesn't allow girls, that pisses her off. So they decided to play a prank on Billy. Billy one night feels guilt, goes to the house, finding Mandy until Mandy shows up, glowing like a ghost. She rolls the dice and says, let's play a game. Who'll kill you? When Billy was reading, it says turn around. When he starts reading the wall, say bye, me. With Mrs. Dougal right behind Mandy, and Billy screams like a little girl and declares that Mandy will always play the game. Of course, when Mandy walks outside, and complimenting Dougal a job well done, when she turns around, the house looks trashed. The house looks like it hasn't been lived in decades. That's when she looks at the portrait of Mrs. Dougal and sees Grimm there. When Grimm mentions that he hasn't forgiven of me beating him at everything. And rid of the medallion. I think that medallion has to be what keeps her immortal. And by Mandy cutting off the medallion, she met her. What Mandy says, she beats death. Just like that. Damn. I tell you what. Whoo, boy. After that, of course, there was like other shows like Curse the Cowardly Dog, which, hey, it's a full Halloween series on its own. And it's fun to watch. Agree or disagree? Oh boy. Including the Halloween specials that come out like Scary Godmother. Who knows Scary Godmother? Hey, I watched it when I was a kid. I was having like a Mandela effect on when that movie came out of Scary Godmother. I noticed there's two. The first one and Jimmy's Revenge. But I think it came out around like 2005 or 2006. I don't remember a weird Mandela effect, but hey. But still, a good show. Oh yeah, another one was, I think it was Camp Lazlo, Hello Beanies. Who knows that one? Hello Beanies, where all the campers are going home on Halloween, where he leaves Campmaster Lumpus alone in the camp, unaware that the jelly beans are still there, celebrating Halloween, of course. They start to like trick or treat. I call the keep repeating the same house over, which is a funny gag. Another one was Chowder, which was a two-parter. One was, I think it was involved like the most haunted house in Marzipan City. And this one I did a review on. You'll find it on my playlist of Halloween Favorites 2023. Poultry Guys, where Monk, Schnitzel, and Chowder found an old poultry dish behind the freezer that hasn't been eaten in years. And according to Monk, so bad that anybody who eats it becomes possessed. Of course, Chowder eats it and becomes possessed by yeah. Oh boy. That was a weird episode. But one particular Halloween special, you know the funny part? This appeared on Cartoon Network in 2005 or 2006. I was eager to watch this. But this special came out in 2002 and I never knew. It's called The Haunted Pumpkin of Sleepy Hollow. I think any of you see it in Cartoon Network around Fridays when they show this one. Became the highlight of everybody wants to see this movie. Halloween special. And we all know the story of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. It's kind of like focused on mostly the descendant of Ichabod Crane. Yeah, the Hollow. Back when he was a teenager. I kind of liked it. Especially I had one. Okay, you also find this in my... I did a review on this last year. Go check it out. It's on my playlist on Halloween Favorites 2023. Sorry, I had to repeat it, but hey, just in case you get lost. There were other episodes as well that I think that should be an honorable mention. Says, I think they should be in Cartoon Network, but unfortunately, there were others, like in the 90s, like, you got, like, The Addams Family, like, I'm talking about the anime series. I know there was one in the 70s that did one by Hanna-Barbera. They did it twice. The Hanna-Barbera, and another one in the 90s as well, you recall. It appeared during October on Boomerang, The Addams Family. And another one was considered to be a Halloween classic in Cartoon Network. This came out in 1993. The Halloween Tree. Who knows that one? It was run by Bradbury. If you don't know his works, he also did a little bit of writing for Rod Serling in The Twilight Zone. And I remember it. It was also narrated by him as well, and also stars Spock himself, Leonard Nimoy, as Mr. Monstrow, your guide to Halloween. Which I never seen this movie until last year, where I saw the artwork, like, this could be interesting. I downloaded the movie and watched it, and I actually liked it. I liked the art, the animation, including the music. When it opens, that eerie music in the opening, it caught me by surprise. Pretty good. And this was actually in Cartoon Network. I don't know why they don't release it in Cartoon Network anymore. They should definitely release it as a Halloween classic on Cartoon Network, along with other, like, Scary Godmother, The Haunted Pumpkin of Sleepy Hollow, and many others as well. Oh yeah, I forgot about another series that I'm going to pull it cheap because this came out in 2005 or 2006. No, this came out around 2006 and 2007 in a perfect timing. Goosebumps on Cartoon Network when it first came out. You know the funny thing? I thought Goosebumps was a new thing until I was getting older. I know the books. I read the books in the library. My first one was Night of the Living Dummy, and then was The Headless Ghost. Headless Ghost was the only one I managed to finish. You heard the Scholastic ring counts? I think you try to read, you win the ones we get medals. You know that. That was the only Goosebumps book I ever finished. Then my third one was Ghost Speech. But yeah. The old bumpers for for each episode of Goosebumps when it's coming out, Jesus Christ. It looks like a horror film. And I still remember it. It gives good memories. I was living in Florida at the time, and damn. It brings memory. And I remember the marathon because it was doing this for the premiere of Arlstein's The Haunted Hour, Don't Think About It. Not the series, the movie. The movie that started it all. When I first aired Cartoon Network. And this got me into reading mostly more on books. More specifically, ghost stories. Like, there was a book series that came out around the early 2000s until 2010s called Skeleton Creek by Patrick Carman. If you don't remember, it's a book series by Scholastic. It's like 4 books. It was a 4-book series, I recall. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 5-book series. And I have all 5. The funny part is, I only finished the first 2. I never completely finished the third one, and the last 2 I never read. But I do remember one thing. The viral videos of each. If you recall, Skeleton Creek has... I don't like it when it came... It was kind of like... It caught my surprise. It was the design lightweight. It kind of interesting and more horror, plus kind of like Blair Witch for kids. And Skeleton Creek is kind of like Before Gravity Falls, more focusing on the paranormal and mystery of the town of Skeleton Creek. Called an area called a dredge. It's kind of like a mining platform. Jesus Christ. And that kept me reading. I even read it in the bus. Literally. I finished the first book and then finished the second book. Wait for when the third one came out. Damn, those were good memories. But back to R.L. Stein's The Haunted Hour. It was a good one, actually. And I also enjoyed the marathon as well. Those were good memories. They kept rerunning Goosebumps and Cartoon Network later on, like while he moved to Puerto Rico. I remember the marathon. It was my first October there, and I was watching the marathon until midnight. The last one was Night of the Living Dummy 3. That was pretty cool. I can't recall when they premiered the Haunted Hour on the Hub. Yeah, that's when they changed it from Discovery Kids to the Hub. Jesus Christ. But that's a different that's a different channel for another time. But yeah, Goosebumps on Cartoon Network's pretty cool. I know they did this weird, it's kind of like these weird Funko Pop like characters. They did the same for Goosebumps, but instead it's just the logo on it, on the face. It's Goosebumps on Cartoon Network. Just like that. But Goosebumps bumpers back in around 2006 and 7, Jesus, it looks like for a horror film, like an actual horror film. Looks damn pretty cool and memorable. I still remember it. It'd be Night of the Living Dummy, Ghost Speech, The Haunted Mask, you name it. Oh boy. I don't know what other else. There's some they're adult oriented, like in Adult Swim, but I might make a separate one just in case, because hey, why not? Remember, I gotta separate which special from different series to that. Oh yeah, I forgot another one. Well, 2 actually. Hooters, Ed and Eddie. Of course, you know what I'm talking about. Ed and Eddie's Boo Ha Ha. And I did this review back in 2022, and you guys actually liked it. Like, it's almost 1,000 views when I did this review. And fun fact, I did this review when I had no power, so yeah. Give me applause for that, for effort. And I remember this special, and this was... I think I was in third grade when this came out. Yeah, third grade in Florida. I don't remember this episode specifically. It was a good episode. One thing caught my surprise is where Ed imagines Kevin as the headless horseman. This is actually pretty funny. Not just Kevin as the headless horseman, you also have the Canker Sister as the witches, Naz as Medusa, Rolf as a troll, Plank as the Frankenstein monster, Johnny as a giant ass spider. I don't know what Sarah went as. That's a good question. I don't remember what she went as, but yeah. Jimmy went as an alien? Yeah, as an alien. I don't know what Sarah went as. That's a good question. I'm trying to remember. But yeah. That was a pretty good episode, and also, what the fuck did Eddie and Dodie do for getting the massive beating from the other neighbor kids while Ed just sit on the recliner, reading a newspaper like he just came back from work, and he's the one who did all the shit to them, not those two. But hey, the other episode was from Foster's Home from Imaginary Friends. I think it was called Nightmare in Wilson Way, I believe. Let me see. Where is that? Yeah, I did a review on this. I think it was from 2022, I believe. Yeah, it was 2022. Let me check. Wow. Okay, let's see. Wilson Way, Wilson Way, Wilson Way. Where the fuck is it? Okay, here it is. Nightmare on Wilson Way. That's from 2007. This is like a parody of Night of the Living Dead, which is a good episode. I kind of liked it. And you guys liked it too, as well. That's pretty awesome. Thanks. And this is a good, memorable episode back in 2007. And I was like in 5th grade, ready to graduate to go to middle school. Well, so to speak, until I moved, and it turns out 6th grade was elementary before they fixed it to middle school level. I don't have to bother with the politics. It's backwards stupid here. But I remember this episode because remember, Blue likes to pull pranks on everybody on Halloween. And the other person he didn't pull a prank was Mr. Harriman, you know, the rabbit, with a can of peanuts. Yeah, we know what's inside. You open the can, snakes come out. And when he did that, he had a heart attack and died. And he buried it in the backyard and became a zombie. Spoiler alert, it turns out to be a whole prank just to teach Blue a lesson about pranks. Unfortunately, Frankie scolds him because he gave Max, his best friend, candy, which puts him into a sugar crave monster. If you remember, sugar makes Max go wow crazy. Like, very crazy. Like, I don't know which gremlin head goes nutty on candy. I might call it Daffy, I think. Damn. And he wakes up from a hangover. He thought he murdered somebody. It turned out it was just Will's costume, and he just faints back. Oh, boy. But the 2010s, there were some good ones, but from 2011 to 2016, there was one show that knows how to do some good Halloween specials each year. Regular show, Terror Tales from the Park. From season 3 until the last from season 7. Damn, there were good stories in that one. If you remember, regular show ran from 2009 until 2016, which has become a very popular show and nostalgic. For one thing, most of it around, it's not like playing Sega, VHS, Hot Wings, you name it. But Terror Tales from the Park was their more popular Halloween special because you got iconic specials like, okay, you have, if you recall, the thumbnail that I use for my review on a regular show, Terror Tales of the Park, You know which one that is from. I think that's from the third story, I believe. Or the fourth story. I think it's from when they were betting. And by the loser has to wear their costume until Thanksgiving. Thomas. It was a story from Muscle Man where they're smashing pumpkins, of course. They go to the abandoned pumpkin patch and find these two scarecrows saying, smash all you want, but leave these two pumpkin lovers alone, which also pisses off Muscle Man saying, hey, let's go. Oh, go smash these pumpkins. And we know what happens. They knock the female scarecrow down, and Muscle Man just smashes her head ass first, splattering it in smithereen. When they tell High Five Ghost to grab the other scarecrow's head, which of course he comes to life. He turns no, sorry. He turns High Five Ghost into a pumpkin. He says, "You boys want to smash pumpkins? Let's smash some pumpkins!" Wham! He smashes High Five Ghost into pieces before grabbing his seeds. I just like the rhymes. Like, I think okay, when he turned Mordecai into one, he says, "I hope you like squash." Then he grabbed Rigby when he tried to jump off a barn. He says, "Ooh, ripe one here, just in time for fall." Drops him, splat. And last but not least, Muscle Man, of course. He tried, "You meet somebody new? You think it's easy? Don't get me started on dating. I hope you're ready for joining your pumpkin." Wait, doesn't it make sense? Ah! It smashes them right there. Jesus Christ. Of course, I remember the other one where let's just say everyone wanted to meet Muscle Man's mom. Of course, I think that was from the fourth one. Yeah, season 4. That's the fourth Trails of Horror. If I recall correctly. Where, yeah, because CJ appears, Mordecai's ex, the cloud girl, appears in one of the episodes where a ball lightning, where Triple Threat, which is a VHS of 3 into 1. Which of course I like to see where Muscle Man tried to pull a prank, saying, "Oh, don't worry, you think my mom lives in this dump? That's just Muscle Bro." Muscle Bros appears behind him. Someone called me? Wait, if you're here and you know who has loved scary people? Me! Hey kids! You forgot your candy! Happy Halloween! Oh! Which just turns out to be actual Muscle Mom in a costume saying, "Oh, this costume get my boys every year." Oh my god. You got pranked by you got pwned by your own mother. Damn. That was a funny one. But there were some episodes that were pretty good, but there's some that would be more memorable. Like Mr. Boss Guy, for example, where Benson wants to motivate Mordecai and Rigby to be better employees. Of course, we got this. I swear, this is Slappy from Nine Loon Dummy from the series. Literally, it's the same design. Literally, Jesus Christ. Oh boy. I don't know. There were some other ones. I got one where I think it was the Crash Pit where. No. Yeah. I don't know, but you had a bunch of memorable ones. The space ones, it was pretty weird because you had to go to a planet which actually reveals your darkest fear, like Skips with sharks, or was it Frisbees? No, Business with sharks, Skips with Frisbees, Pops? I have no idea. Then there was another one with vampires. And until, guess where they head towards? A black hole where they meet deGrasse Tyson, the famous physicist, explained about spaghettification. He turns to spaghetti, and he literally eats them. He eats them while going into the Twilight Zone. Jesus Christ. Oh boy. But yeah. I don't know. I think that's all of it. But okay, I'm sorry, but I don't know if these cartoons did appear. No, they appear on Boomerang, which is technically Cartoon Network for the old days. So I had to mention Garfield here. I'm talking about the old Garfield, more specifically Garfield's Halloween Adventure, which came out in 1985. And I love this one. Wow. It only has a little bit of views, but hey, let's put some views up for Garfield here. This is one of my reviews that I did back in 2022. It's also on my playlist as well. Same with, it's actually above Jack Up Halloween, where we have Garfield dressed as a pirate along with Odie trying to get candy, which of course they end up in an island where a home which is cursed by a pirate's curse, coming back to claim their treasure on Halloween night. I love the animation here, I tell you what. Jesus. I think there's only two I did of Garfield reviews. This one is, and the other one, which was the holiday Christmas version as well. Jesus Christ. I love Halloween. Do you? Good. Let's make it scary. I don't know, I did others? Let me check if I did others. Let me see. No, I think that might be it. I think. Let me try to remember. Nope. I think that'll be it for today. Those were actually I think that'll be it for today. Those are my thoughts on what was my favorite Halloween or scary episodes on Cartoon Network, which, wow. There were a lot. Hey. I like Halloween. You see how many specials? Hey, it's always fun. I still remember some of my favorite ones that I know of. But I do remember Frank and Thumb. Who remembers those weird movies? You know, the weird ones, mostly with thumbs. Like, there's one with Bat Thumb, Thumbtanic, Thumb Wars. Don't watch it. Mostly parody of other famous movies with thumbs. They're weird as shit, I tell you what. But yeah. And those were our thoughts, people. Let me know on the comments what other Halloween special or scary episode on Cartoon Network I missed. On the comments down below, that'll be awesome. And tell me. I already did Nickelodeon. I already did Cartoon Network. Next up, Disney. And oh boy. I might do a note similar to one for, I think for Discovery Kids, aka The Hub. As well. Hey, it has to have an honorable mention. Come on. But yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you're new to the channel, remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell so you miss any other great content. And also remember our goal to hit 1 million subscribers or at least 500k. And also I have to repeat myself again just in case. Comment down below and tell me what other Halloween special or scary episode from Cartoon Network that I missed so I can do a review on it just in case. But until then, have a great day everybody. Stay safe, peace out, stay cool. And don't get fruity if you know what I mean.